Welcome back to the channel. To begin with today, I want to share with you that Spiritually Conscious Soul 101 will be taking a short hiatus to allow me time for some personal stuff. It's summer here in Canada, and I have family coming to stay for a couple of weeks, so a short break is probably in order. Despite the esoteric nature of the content, I believe the series has played an important role in strengthening the collective tipping point in the hour when it has been needed. So I'm really thankful for that aspect of the production. The good news is that we have planned a brand new channel that will hopefully be of interest to viewers, also somewhat esoteric, but perhaps less so than Spiritually Conscious Soul 101. This new channel is planned for some time in late August, early September, so please keep your eye open for it. If you are one who is interested in the subject of metaphysics and the way it relates to our understanding of the world around us, then you'll love this new endeavor. In today's episode of Spiritually Conscious Soul 101, I want to return to a subject that has recently captivated the YouTube podcast industry. A whistleblower on UFO affairs, one who has a very high intelligence clearance and credibility with the Pentagon, has made his debut. David Grush is his name. Grush burst very suddenly out of the blue and onto the UFO disclosure scene, a stand as a general rule only taken by alternative media podcast producers. In the past, we've been used to a complete lack of mainstream attention of anything related to UFO disclosure and government cover-ups. Suddenly we have several mainstream media outlets covering this interview. The dialogue quickly established that the US military has UFO/UAPs of non-human origin in their possession. While Grush admitted that he had personally not been privy to the details, he was now sharing the evidence had come to him from several extremely high-ranking credible people. He emphasized that these sources felt their personal involvement was too great a risk to take for their future well-being. The only reason I feel Grush chose to do this interview is, despite the reason he actually gave the interviewer, is that he was granted permission by the Pentagon to make the disclosure. Dr. Michael Soller of Exopolitics appeared recently on a redacted podcast to share his knowledge about the latest news to do with the disclosure of UFOs, secret space programs, psyops, cover-ups, and legislation being passed to curb the military-industrial complex from continuing its clandestine operations of UFO reverse engineering, plus the use of trillions of dollars funneled off other US programs to support their cause. Redacted is the platform used by Clayton and Natalie Morris, the husband and wife team who have been instrumental in bringing us the real news of what's really happening on the political and UFO disclosure scene. In this recent interview with Dr. Soller, some information that puts a heartwarming perspective on the usual mainstream media outlets was shared with interviewers. In the past, the mainstream media has been silent or has completely downplayed the subject of UFOs and a government cover-up. But now, there's new legislation that, if passed, will throw a spotlight on all government contractors involved in the reverse engineering of UFOs. It's a Senate intelligence bill that will be making its passage through the Senate in the near future. This bill will force all government contractors to disclose what they know about the UFO/UAP projects. They will have to disclose any intelligence community psyops aimed at the UFO exopolitics community, or risk losing their usual funding for all their projects. That is, according to Dr. Soller, these contractors will be forced to reveal all details of their operations, or they'll be forced to shut down. In conjunction with the new legislation, there will be a proposed congressional hearing on all whistleblower testimony, in the hope that more whistleblowers, fearful of retaliation, will come forward and disclose what they know. In conjunction with the Dr. Soller redacted podcast, a mainstream outlet has posted an interview with the True to Files author and author of the book Apocalypse Never, Michael Schellenberger. Schellenberger spoke about how shocked he was to learn that UFOs were actually real. He referred to David Grosh's statement that people would suffer ontological shock when this news finally broke onto the mainstream scene and would affect the lives of millions of viewers who naively listen to these goons. For those who don't know what ontology is, it's the science and study of being. All this news-breaking stuff within such a short space of time shows that there has been a shift in the rate of UFO-related disclosure. No doubt, my dear friends, we will see amazing progress by the end of 2023. Well, that's all we have time for today. Please keep an eye open for the new channel. It'll be launched sometime in August of 2023. Thank you for your patronage over the past 6 months. I've enjoyed sharing the channel's contents. Au revoir, my good friends.